Folks, I'm getting hungry, and you know my favorite part of any meal, snack, or game day app? That's right. The GOAT, or should I say the greatest of all time, Frank's Red Hot. It's got the perfect blend of flavor and heat that elevates all foods, from wings to buffalo chicken dip to even ice cream. That's right, I said ice cream. And with a roster of flavors, from OG to sweet chili, you can put that shit on everything. So make every dish the greatest and eat the GOAT.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
So I feel a little bit like I'm going to be walking on eggshells today.
Why is that?
Well, I always like when we have David Sampson on. We're going to have David Sampson today.
He's very polarizing. Not everyone feels that way.
I know people are like, oh, what's Sampson like? He must be an asshole. I'm like, no, I like. He's always been really good to me. Like I like David. Took me to Pearl Jam. You know?
Doesn't everybody here like David?
I don't know. I haven't done a poll.
Roy feels some type of way.
I love David, man, and as a good dude.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Everybody likes David.
It's he's grown on me. You know, many years ago I would not have said I like David Sampson, but he's grown on me. Genuinely.
It's one of the things I get from people where it's like, listen, Dan, I don't know Dan very well. Dan seems like a great guy, and I just don't understand how he can be friends with David Sampson. I get that.
People think Dan's a great guy.
So I feel like I'm walking a little bit on eggshells today because I love talking to David, and I don't understand how he's working through everything right now. I really don't.
I've been asking him about a leave. I think it's probably appropriate for him to leave, but he also gets whatever joy there is to be had in life these days from having an audience for an hour that cares about what he has to say about things. He's built that. It's hard to build. Zaz, you know how hard these things are to build. Mike, you know how hard these things are to build. But David built a media career in 5 years because he's in the volume business. He can do 2 hours a day by himself.
Yeah,
like nobody can do that.
I think you've gone through your stuff too in your family, Dan, and I think that this audience, this community around the show, and the doing and the making of stuff does provide some relief, a bit of a cathartic experience making this stuff and being supported by a community that you've helped create. So I get why.
But you could also tell he works really hard at putting the show together.
Yeah.
How does he find the mindset to do it?
I don't know. This is This is a pretty strange start. I can't lie. Yeah,
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
just trying to.
This was always supposed to be a meeting that was off air that was overheard by the audience. That's what the Shadow Show was supposed to be, but instead it became your performances.
Oye, Pablito, what's good, bro?
Oye, ponte la pila, mi gente.
The dork. Mira que yo resuelvo.
How Cuban are you, okay? Aquí vamos a ver de verdad quién es el cubano arrepentido.
Billy Corbin.
It's Prop Ding Nagian.
¿Qué ponen ahí en ese aluminum pin?
De pingao.
Cortaditos.
Cookies, always cookies.
Dale.
Yo estoy en la ducha, estoy en la casa. I haven't even left yet.
Dale, mi hermano. Ahí estamos.
They're 2 coladas.
I don't know what talco is.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a guy who is blank. Prick.
Mira, una colada que compré aquí.
Por tu madre.
I imagine it would be like, yo mama, por tu madre.
Compota, is that like the raspberry compote they do on Great British Baking Show?
Saludo.
That's great to hear.
¿Cómo sentimos de los huracanes? Oye, los huracanes.
La Universidad de Miami y los huracanes viven en el corazón de nuestra familia. How'd I do?
Guess where we're doing the party? We're doing it at Bird Bowl.
Is talco and baby powder the same thing?
Yes, you doofus.
All right.
What kind of Cuban are you?
Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. I love you, Miami!
The money is in town. You guys feel it, right? Because the city's being wallpapered for advertisements to big-time football, college football, both teams. It's the Cuban Super Bowl. Fernando Mendoza has as many ads around town already as everywhere. You see them everywhere as the University of Miami playing a home game.
It's not good luck Columbus kids. I saw one that's just good luck Fernando.
No, Cubans are divided, and this is a good time for that. Sports has torn apart the Cuban community. Look, Mike has seen enough of this to know that ESPN Deportes was stuffed into a corner of the Clevelander with us. Here's what's left of it. Hey, here's what's left of ESPN Deportes in the last 5 years. It's the biggest game is in Miami, and we're going to Latin it up. And we're going to do so with Greg Cody singing in a cowboy hat and prancing around the studio to introduce people, new people, to our show, because the biggest thing is here. It's in town, and you already feel it. Nobody can get anywhere. Donald Trump being in town during a big event, Miami thing, is going to make it take 17 hours for any person trying to get into that place. It's going to be Trump sitting there alone at game time.
Just trying to stick to sports. As my hockey team goes to the White House.
How are you leaving?
As my soccer team can't celebrate the Club World Cup without him on the stage. As I can't experience a World Cup in this country without his every single fingerprint all over it, and now at the national championship game, which I just knew was going to happen.
Okay, well, but so let's talk about this as this giant monstrosity comes to town here, and I want to figure out what planes to fly over the stadium. Help me fly some planes.
Interesting way to frame that. Probably airspace is going to be restricted.
I want to do some advertising. You don't think you can have just the planes circling around in...
I think airspace is going to be at a premium and restricted, so you may want to pivot. Maybe one of those buses.
No, you don't think it's funny for our logo with some joke and a banner to be weaving in and out of military planes? You don't think that's funny?
No. And I honestly don't even think our logo would fly with Canes fans either.
Are we a playoff team now?
Probably even more polarizing amongst Canes fans than Donald Trump.
Okay.
In fact, I know that to be the case. I've at least seen hats supporting him at the games.
All right, look.
Here we go with this.
No, we can get into this because I was being heckled from the bowling alley. Greg and Chris Cody telling me what their friends are saying about how offensive the things I'm doing are. We'll get to that in a second.
People are mad at you.
I'm a provocateur. I've been doing this for 30 years. Look, you broke a bottle over my chin 25 years ago because you were mad at me. Don't care. Built the empire around our program. I love it. I went to school there. Did journalism there. Don't care who's mad about it. Didn't care about it 25 years ago. Program's been very good to me. I love it. I've always respected it, and I've always told its story well.
Yes, you have always told its story well. I think most Canes fans don't think that you respect it. And I know this from the enormous amount of fanfare that I got for yesterday's segment defending Mario Cristobal. Okay. Dan, I think here's where the confusion is, and let me try to explain this as best I can. You're a guy that has historically put on for Miami better than anybody else. When those Heat teams were going and the entire world was against Miami, you didn't give a single flying F about who was coming your way. You do not step to this town and talk shit about it. And when there is a team for a school that you went to, a team that reflects this town better than anyone has ever had, you seem to both sides it some. I know, look, Jeremy, it's great that we have a villain. Billy doing his shit-sirring thing, that was cool. But for it to come from somebody that went to the school, who already has got a reputation working against him. People, I think, incorrectly place a lot of the sanction stuff on you. As you know
about that Pell Grant?
Yeah, I mean, you got scooped on it.
Can you say the one word there incorrectly again? No, let's give people, since we're here, okay, look, this is a long time in coming. I have a relationship with the school, the community around the school, speak at its classes, have loved the school, will always love the school, am wildly grateful for all of the opportunities it presented, including the stage right now, because they helped us build this thing with all the things I learned from them and their program.
Look, it's been a rough 20 years. I'm trying to calmly explain why people feel this way about you. In the local hour, over several years, rather than trying to be rah-rah about the home team like we are seemingly with all the other sports. Dolphins we tee off on, and that's understandable because they've been miserable and we got to find a way to find the fun content. But for whatever reason, when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes, we give the other side more than we give the pro stuff. I know I am not the only Miami Hurricane fan in this studio. I'm surrounded by them. You're a Miami Hurricane fan. You're a Miami Hurricane fan. These two guys in front of me are a Miami Hurricanes fan. The only person that's not a Miami Hurricane fan is Jeremy, who reps UCF and Indiana and whoever Miami is playing. That's understandable. And yet, I think it's outsized and has been outsized on this show, giving voice to the dissenting opinions, that it's become the opinion. And this is the reality. This is the perception of our show. The show, outside of me, is largely perceived amongst our community to be an anti-Miami show.
Okay, and so Jesus, I didn't realize I had to explain this to the audience. Never mind that I had to explain this to you. I didn't think I would have to explain any of this specifically to you. We're doing a show that has represented our city for 20 years through all of that conflict, and the story starts, okay, just so we remember what our roots are here. Before our radio station existed, I'm fighting in 90s Miami with the incumbent radio station who's killing me for 10 years while using all of my columns that are about race relations and what's going on really at the University of Miami with its players and who they actually are, as everything that's being reported is gun charges and cocaine, and Michael Irvin ran over somebody's foot near the library. For 10 years, that radio station is crushing me and using my columns for content to make themselves radio stars while I'm coming up to that school as a Cuban Miami through the same Miami Cristobal came up through.
Can you please mention how your parents fled to this country so I can get bingo for freedom?
I'm going to tell you the entirety of the story. I know you guys know the story, okay?
Yes.
And I know you're bored by the story, but I'm going to tell the entirety of the story because of how I feel about this program and because I've been arrested around it and because I got a beer bottle broken over my face.
Yeah. No, you're going to also tell the story because you're a writer. Tell it.
Yeah, and I'm the one who runs this show.
Yeah.
And in running this show, we've created a wonderful journalistic character that represents the University of Miami artfully and with his heart at all times. And we do a national thing that annoys people plenty with all our Miami since ESPN Deportes. And now I am happy for everything that's happening around the program, and I said a word yesterday, reputationally. A word, a single word is what I said to you, that Mario Cristobal, reputationally, is not trusted in the big games, and that set you off.
Yeah, because it's just not true.
He's 7-0 against top 25 teams, and that is indisputable.
Yeah, big games, they show up.
But what's also not disputable is they've never won the ACC or played in its championship game.
Right.
And so the big games are few and far between. And so when you lose to double-digit underdogs, it's not unfair to say that before this recent run, he was reputationally criticized as someone who would not win these games.
Poor saying none of those games actually close at double digits, but I hear you. But
they were a Louisville double-digit favorite.
But the reputation is they don't show up for these games. Like these are one-score losses.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's the part where I think there's confusion about.
We talked about that yesterday. All right, it's fine. Here's where I want to get at. I understand what you're doing. I understand, especially during some lean years, how my character could be grating and how my passion needed to have people to bump up against.
Go on.
When it comes to the Miami Heat, though, that doesn't really exist. When it comes to the Florida Panthers, though, that doesn't really exist. So Miami Hurricanes fans are sitting back and watching our show over the years, and especially during this run, and are asking themselves, does Dan just need a Pat Riley fortune cookie wrapped around this story to cape up for his town? Because why? Is it so outsized that we have to have so many dissenting opinions when this is such a great story for this community and Dan is supposed to be the Miami guy and he actually went to the school?
But who disputes any of what you're saying, and how is that not being conveyed by the show through you? How is that not obvious in terms of bursts of great hurricane coverage that they can get not just here, but with the own business that you started because you want to do it differently and you want to be over there actually analyzing for 2 straight hours the guard play?
I would guess because they want 100% buy-in on this show.
I think our show meets a moment when the team is in the championship games, right? Like people come here from all over the world to hear biased Miami coverage because we are a Miami show. And for whatever reason, when it comes to this program, and it's irrefutable because I have felt it, because I am often alone when I am touting the Miami Hurricanes, this show has an outsized representation of dissenting opinions when it comes to this program. And I understand why. And I understand why I, in particular, need a dilution. I don't understand why we need that dilution right now.
Hey listeners, I don't know about you, but at the start of the new year, I always want to make sure I have my finances in order. And it really does feel like Chime is changing the way people bank. This is fee-free, smarter banking built for you. Not the old school model that hits you with overdraft fees and monthly fees just for trying to live your life. This is banking that's actually on your side. Chime isn't just another banking app. They unlock smarter banking for everyday people with tools like MyPay, giving you access to up to $500 of your paycheck when you need it, and even getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Forget those overdraft fees. Forget minimum balance fees. Forget monthly fees. Chime makes everyday spending work harder by turning it into real rewards and real financial progress. There's also the new Chime Card, a smarter way to build credit with your own money while earning cash back at the same time. Someone I know would have really benefited from something like this. Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/Dan. That is chime.com/Dan.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services, a secured Chime Visa credit card, and MyPay line of credit provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. MyPay eligibility requirements apply, and credit limit ranges $20 to $500. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/fees info. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1.00% APY applies. No min balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Folks, if you're a pet parent like me, you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything to keep your pet happy and healthy, they are not messing around. I say that as someone who just adopted a pet. My dog, Samantha Bennett, we call her Benny. She's great. And immediately I realized I need everything all at once. Food, treats, toys, a bed that she actually likes. Chewy made it easy. They've got over 100,000 products from all the brands my pet loves, delivered right to my door in 1 to 2 days. And it's not just dogs and cats, it's birds, fish, reptiles, all of it. They also make pet health simple with prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and even vet clinics rolling out across the country. I use Chewy. Samantha Bennett uses Chewy, so you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
All right, kicking things off with Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the NFL and the number one vodka in the world. Chris Cody, you're here. Smirnoff! Wow, you're on the money with Smirnoff.
Smirnoff!
Chris, you know what goes great with Smirnoff?
Smirnoff!
Yes, but I'm really talking about the game day fit. The style's got to match the vibe.
Smirnoff!
All right, here's the deal. Game day is everything, and that's exactly why your fit has to match the occasion.
Smirnoff!
Starting this December, Smirnoff is giving fans 21 and over the chance to score limited edition Smirnoff commission merchandise from some of today's top creators, including Kayla Jones, Gavin Matthew, and Aleli May.
Smirnoff!
Here's the kicker. One lucky fan will take home the grand prize, a trip to the biggest game of the offseason. Plus, one fan will win Aleli May's one-of-one game day jacket.
Wow.
The merch will be dropped on select dates from December to January 21, and it's all courtesy of what brand?
Smirnoff!
That's right, Chris. Fans 21 and over can head to Smirnoff socials to learn how to sign up. And don't forget to grab a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, number 21 at your local retailer.
Smirnoff!
Please drink responsibly.
Smirnoff!
Number 21 vodka distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anybody under legal drinking age.
Smirnoff!
No purchase necessary. Must be legal U.S. resident, 21 or older. Sweepstakes starts 12/15/2025 at 12 a.m. Eastern and ends 1/23/2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. See official rules at program website.
Don Le Batard.
It's a Judge Coach, sweetie.
Stugotz.
I should go say hello.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I have a theory. Why Dan is... I think what you're saying makes sense. And why Dan is like that with the Canes as opposed to not like that when the Heat are in the finals or the Panthers are winning the Stanley Cup. Is it because you actually have a legitimate tie to the school? And maybe you don't want to come off as... Like you want to actually be fair because you legitimately... have a tie to the school as opposed to having it. Like, you never played for the Miami Heat.
Well, thank you,
know?
Zaslow. I am attempting, ostensibly, to be fair. Objective is funny because it's an illusion. But
now?
But did you not hear Nick Wright yesterday? Were you guys not listening when Nick Wright did what he did with J, capital J, wherever it is that he accused me of just sort of not being you anymore?
Right. Are you just overcompensating because you cannot deny that it is different when it comes to this program.
Mike, I'm simply, to our national and regional audience, I am simply also trying to give voice to whatever other side there is here in the name of fairness, while everyone who's listening to this knows I love the school.
Right, but you don't do that to the other teams. You don't when they're in this spot.
Ask
you
Jeremy.
don't.
Ask Jeremy how the Heat feel about. How do the Heat feel about this show?
I don't know how the Heat feel. I know as the one person, I'm hearing everything Mike is saying and saying yes, yes, yes. On the Heat side,
recently,
because this entire show for the last 3 years has been an anti-Heat show.
Recently, it's fair. Look, we're trying to call them a little bit like we see them. I'm not asking for 100% rah-rah homerism. I don't think that's ever been the case. We've always had someone on the show that is either anti the local team or at least speaks for that section of the audience. I'm just saying, like, the pro-Miami stuff is not a majority opinion on this show and hasn't been since probably it started. And that is the perception of the fans. You may feel differently. I'm just telling you how it is because I'm out here in these streets, Dan.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. You have those street credentials, and I urge everyone who's listening to this who want an evolution of all of this coverage, and I've heard what Mike is doing, and it's daily, and I shouldn't give him all the credit because there are a lot of people working on it, but if you want a content factory where every day you're getting reported stuff and different perspectives and instantaneously, because Zaz, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the whole machine is moving a lot faster now. So the places like doing what Mike is doing right now that are news information places that are independent and alive every day, especially during this time, people are snorting all of this coverage.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You told me how much content you guys are putting out with Canes Insight. Like how much content per day. I couldn't believe it, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that as the world gets smaller, as people get a little bit more detached, I do think that there's going to be a huge migration to local, to feel a sense of community around stuff. And when I was in College Station,
even when we're not playing in a championship game?
Yeah, even so, because there is a sense of community. People may have their opinions about what Miami's community is in Coral Gables. It's not, Happy Valley or College Station. But when I went to College Station, TexAgs is this amazing content machine. And what they do is aspirational. They have this huge 3-story studio right across the street from Kyle Field, and you realize there's an economy here, and people are starved for it. When your team is making a run like this, or even when you're upset with your team, people want to turn to stuff. So I'm really proud of the stuff that D-Money, Peter Rees, and everybody that's ever helped us along the way is pumping out at Canes Insight right now. Got in at a good time. Thankfully, the program trajectory is going the way that it is, but we cover everything. Transfer portal, we break news, Miami Hurricanes basketball head coaching news, we broke that. We have as good a sources as anybody in the industry when it comes to covering this team. We're really plugged in, and we're pumping out content on the daily. So thank you for the opportunity to plug it. Please, you're on YouTube right now watching us. Official Canes Insight. Costs you nothing to subscribe and support what we're doing.
Look at Tony. He is soaked in Latino. I recognize the furniture in there. I recognize los pastelitos. That is, you right now, it can be said, are at the very epicenter, at the heart, the pulse, that very seat of Miami.
Yeah, Dan, hello. Welcome. Good morning. Right here, I'm at Party Cake. Bakery right here on La Calle Ocho. I have La Casa Los Truco. Literally, I can throw a baseball right to La Casa Los Truco right across the street. I'm very partial. See, hold on. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Right there. There's Casa Los Truco.
Try to throw a baseball.
Okay.
Right?
No. Look, Tony.
I don't have a baseball with me, but if I could, I would.
Tony, please don't
throw a fake baseball like you did at FIU.
Tony,
we missed an opportunity yesterday to have the Columbus coach analyze Tony's quarterback throw without a football.
Well, let's just go back next week.
On the way home, I was like, shitty job by me. Should have thought of that earlier.
Let's do it next week. It's fine. Look, this show's moving fast this week. There's a lot going on. So we just skipped past the national and I'm guessing international news that Fernando Mendoza's high school coach called him publicly a dork yesterday, like a nerd. The beef in the Cuban community has escalated to that, where we stirred controversy we didn't have time for.
I mean, Dan, to be honest, like I didn't feed him the dork line. I know Jeremy said that Tony feed him that line. Like I did not. We were standing a couple paces apart from each other. He knows ball and he understands the dork when he sees one, which is fine. I love Fernando Mendoza. Like again, he could be my cousin, he could be my brother. I love the kid. But when you start talking about the Stoics during the press conference, I know, hey, you took a couple too many philosophy classes at Columbus, which is fine. Again, no shade, but I just know what the deal is.
Tony, I have wanted all week for you to pop up somewhere and buy everybody breakfast. Is there a way right now that we can tell people where you're going to be tomorrow? Do we have a plan for tomorrow so that we can buy Miami breakfast on the corner of somewhere in Miami tomorrow, please?
Absolutely, Dan. I'm going to be boots on the ground at Coral Gables. I'm going to be on campus at the University.
They're
of Miami.
allowing us on campus somehow.
Location still TBD, but we will be on campus tomorrow. Maybe we'll bring some coladita, we'll bring some patalitos, some croquetica, and start passing them out.
But how about right now where you are? Look, here's the thing, Tony. Here's the thing.
You want me to buy this guy breakfast?
No, I want you guys to have a plan of buying everybody a breakfast in Miami at some point. Maybe we'll do it Monday.
You have the budget for that? That's going to cost like $16.
I know. That's why I want to throw a big party. That's why I want to throw a big party. Pan con mantequilla. Do you have any there? Are you dipping it in café con leche? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm just drinking a cortadito, which is basically a mini café con leche. It's colada cut with milk, which is why it's called cortadito. There's a truck going backwards on the road here. I don't know if that's legal, but there's a bunch of. If you look over my shoulder here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Over my shoulder, right around here, there's like about 150 barra de pan right there on the rack back there. So they are getting
your
ready
mouth
for
was
pan con
watering.
mantequilla,
Yes,
which we call tostada.
Yes.
Yeah. Once we hang up here together, I'm gonna go have a breakfast.
So Zaslow, where are you on Cuban coffee? Trey Wingo, you guys, okay. So, but everyone knows the story around here. It is legendary. Trey Wingo's career ended when he came down to South Florida and got addicted to cafecito, and he was never the same after that, and he couldn't stop talking about it. So it isn't normal coffee. It is it's laced with 80s Miami cocaine.
My father tells a story of when he first moved down here back in the early 80s, and he had Cuban coffee for the very first time. He thought he was having a heart attack. They called the ambulance. The hospital came to his work. They started strapping the deals on his chest, and they saw the empty cup of Cuban coffee on his desk, and they said, "Did you just drink all of that?" He said, "Yes." They immediately took all the patches off and went home.
All the deals they took off?
That is unbelievable.
True story.
Wait a minute.
You're not supposed to have the entire thing.
Yeah.
That's why they give you the thimble.
He didn't know.
You're not supposed to have the entire thing.
He loves telling that story.
Wait a minute. He almost overdosed.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you're telling me there's a visual somewhere of a family relative of yours. The paramedics arriving.
My father.
I know, but there are other people here.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is at the center of your family, you're having an incident in which your father has had too much cafecito, passed out, and
He had one. It was at work. He's sitting behind a desk. The co-workers called the ambulance.
And his heart rate got so high.
He thought he was having a heart attack. They're there. They put they're strapping the deals on his chest. They got the shirt open.
What are the deals?
The heart monitors, so they could see if you're having a heart attack. So they're strapping the deals on his chest. He's got his shirt open. The chest is out. That very manly Zaslow chest hair. And as they're monitoring, one of the paramedics sees the empty cup of cafecito and says, "Did you just drink that?" He says, "Yes." And they didn't even say anything. They just started unstrapping everything. They went home.
I'm telling you, that's a skit. That's a skit for all time on Sábado Gigante. Someone like Zaz's dad thinking he overdosed on coffee and disgusted Latin
New Yorker who just moved to Miami. Didn't know.
But disgusted Latin paramedics throwing down their equipment because, we've got another one of these in Miami. Another Trey Wingo who can't handle his coffee.
Yeah. True story.
It's an unbelievable story.
Hello, listeners. You know that I live in Miami, which means my idea of quote-unquote winter is just putting on a hoodie or a cardigan and acting like I've suffered. But every time that I travel somewhere that's actually cold, I'm reminded that my wardrobe is completely and utterly unprepared. But that right there is where Quince comes in. I also realized that if I'm going to be on camera for broadcast gigs, I probably shouldn't look like I just grabbed whatever was closest to the door. Quince makes clothes that deliver premium materials, thoughtful design, and pieces that hold up season after season after season after season. And particularly with Quince, their outerwear has been the thing that's especially impressed me. Those down jackets, wool coats, Italian leather, and folks, that cashmere sweater, ridiculously soft, looks great, and somehow doesn't cost what you'd expect. Trust me, I am the only one on this show who actually dresses to impress, and Quince is what's now helping me do it. Refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Dan for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Dan. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dan.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is turning up the stakes this NFL playoffs. Every Sunday, every DraftKings customer has a shot at over $2.5 million in prizes. Holy moly. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app and opt in. Place a live bet of just $1 or more on Sunday's playoff games, and every live bet gives you another chance to win. The more you bet live, the more entries you stack, all Sunday long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use code DAN. Bet live for your share of $2.5 million in prizes with code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. 3 sweepstakes with separate opt-ins. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes, either bonus bets that expire in 7 days or single-use profit boost. See official rules at dkng.co/live-millions for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming, Inc.
All right, listen up, nacho chips. Quiet down, crispy potatoes. This is the moment Velveeta's been preparing you for, and you're not about to crack under pressure. Today's the day to go all in on the drip. Velveeta's Heat and Eat Queso is the MVP of any game day spread, so stick by them, and you'll be golden. Now get out there and make delicious history. No tailgate party is complete without Velveeta.
Don Le Batard.
To us residents.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty
It's in there. It's better.
You think I haven't been practicing?
Stugotz.
Oh.
I didn't realize we had a substitute complicated legacy.
Brought to you by Headquarter Toyota. 441 Powerline Road. Second down and 9.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Yes, Tony. Let's buy some breakfast for people. And how many times?
That's 3 times.
How many times? Go interview the person who's dropping things. Get us to the interview. Ask how common that is for somebody to drop 3 things in a 90-second hit. Go do the interview.
No, nobody's dropping anything, Dan. No, hold on. Dan, nobody's dropping anything. What had happened was that's when you grind the coffee and when you actually make the coffee, you hit la cazuela, pam, pam, pam. And that's what that is. I know you've probably never been to a Cuban bakery in the last 30 years.
Oh, my God. That's my ignorance showing right there.
They have the wood plank and the garbage can.
How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
No, it's embarrassing. No, it really is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Like, Dan's like trying to create these things, and I'm like, oh, no, dude, that happens 18,000 times a second here. Hold on, come over. Watch. See, so if you look at what she's got going on right here, right? That's where the cafetera, that's what she's hitting right here to knock out all the cafe that's already been made. So that's when you hear bam, bam, bam. It gets hit right there.
So can we sit around and get that? Can we sit here and get it until we get the live moment of a so that everyone can see how Cuban coffee is made that ruins Trey Wingo's career? I want to build that way. I want people to be able to sell coffee that you guys don't.
I wonder how Trey feels about this.
Because the camera's
you think
here.
he thinks his career was ruined, or
I think he's still working. I follow. I did a lot of great stuff for DraftKings. I'll tell you that much.
I'm sorry. Was that cruel? I'm simply saying
a little bit.
I don't.
Yes.
That he got addicted to coffee.
No, the other part. The ruining
part. The ruining of his career.
But it makes the story better. I thought that's the joke we were all in on.
No, it's insulting. You don't have the greatest of radars.
Also, Dave Dunn isn't Cuban.
That was
we
my
tried
part.
to tell you repeatedly.
Yesterday.
You said he was a gringo.
Insisted. Hey, Dave Dunn, what's your favorite Cuban dish?
You insisted. Yeah.
No, I had to help on that one because he said, what does this mean for Cuban Miami? Which, of course, the guy does not know anything because he came here like 5 years ago.
It's
And I
David
at least threw him the alley-oop of what's your favorite dish where he can at least throw croquetas in there.
It was a good job. Sometimes writers know the story they're going to tell.
I'm trying to repair the relationship that Dan has with Miami right now because Dan is just uniquely Miami Beach and he lives in that silo, which is beautiful. I love that for him. But when we come over here on this side of the MacArthur, things are different.
Sounds like an insult.
It's what the streets are saying.
It's not an insult.
It's
I
what
love
the streets
Dan.
are saying.
I love Dan like a father figure.
We're out here helping. We're boosting Dan's Miami credentials.
I'm trying. I'm literally trying.
We're doing our
know
best.
that the pom 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 was a cafe.
Damn. Even I do that.
Dude, and let's not, if we have to revisit it, his dad was an embarrassment.
Oh, my God.
An embarrassment.
Forgot about Fidel and forgot about Elian. This is how you guys...
And the cookies.
It almost makes me retroactively offended by all the stuff he did on HQ.
Oh, you should be. That was rampant exploitation, so the man at Disney could have a Latin accent because mine was
cartoon character.
Because I'm Lebitard. Dan Lebitard doesn't. Dan Lebitard is over here with Jeremy Taché in the Americanized version of the Cuban. We need to go get.
At least I knew what that sound was.
We need to go get the cartoon accent. Let's get that. Let's read Daddy's voice.
Tony behind the counter.
Tony, you work there now.
Behind the counter here.
Tony, nice.
I'm basically almost part owner of this place.
Tony, I love the freedom you have and the trust you have in that kitchen. Let's tour. There's
the pan con mantequilla.
That's the good stuff.
All you got to do is throw it on the grill. Psst.
Oh, that's the good
It hits
stuff.
the grill right there. Beautiful. Vamos para allá. ¿Qué tenemos ahí? ¿Qué tenemos aquí? ¿Qué tenemos ahí? Ay, cuidado.
They hate cameras.
Tenemos aquí pastelita de guayaba, no, guayaba no. De carne.
That's my favorite right there. Little meat patties.
Guayaba y queso. Espinaca tenemos. Y de coco ahí. Ah, pastel de coco. De guayaba aquí, que está riquísimo. Yo voy del party cake que está en la 128 de Miami Airport. Voy para allá. Mira para esto. Y pan francés también. They got all kind of bread here, Dan. Are you a bread chaser? Because they have them right here, dude.
Well, that's the good stuff, right? If we're going to dip anything in coffee, that soaked in butter, that's the Cuban experience.
It's good stuff. Is it breaking down Elijah Surratt versus OJ Frederick? Probably not, but it's something.
Kane's insight.
I mean, you can get that wherever. Yeah, you can get that with D-Money over there. But D-Money's not going to break down pan con mantequilla because
Some guy just
he's vegan.
No, I love this. Tony's got run in the kitchen.
People don't like cameras.
Is that right?
People don't like cameras.
Tony, how about this? Tony, tell me this. If you had to guess, how many people there speak English?
This is more of a tourist location, so I'd say maybe half of the people here speak English. Because this one's on Calle Ocho, so there's a lot of tourists walkabouts. But there's one that's on Miller y La 92. That one does not have any people that speak English because I went to that one on Saturday after I played basketball to get some croqueticas and zapatalitos.
But those people would also let you just walk into the kitchen. But those people would also let you walk into their kitchen and just wander around. Yeah,
easily. Obviously, it's harder for me to do it with the. Los Lucy. Look at this. Los Dulce. ¿Qué tenemos ahí?
Now the guy's just showing off.
Son señoritas.
Señoritas. Señoritas están riquísimo.
Esta es la masa de mil hojas con crema pastelera. Y se le pone la cobertura de chocolate. Allá tenemos la de azúcar.
Ask her if she thinks the Canes are going to win.
Yeah, let's get some predictions.
Thank you.
Ask if she thinks the Canes are going to win.
¿Qué tú crees de los Huracanes este juego que juegan ahora en el domingo? El lunes.
Bueno, yo espero que ganen.
There we go. She thinks we're going to win.
Ooh, guy with a hurricane sweater.
Que ganen.
Canes by 50.
Yeah, and she also says that Mark Fletcher is exceptional at picking up the blitz.
Oh my God! The Rose is giving me croqueticas here.
What other advantages does Miami have?
What other advantages does Miami have?
No, I was talking to Mike.
We got to exploit number 67, that right tackle.
She said strong D-line play. That's what I said.
It's lining up Mesidor and Bain on the same right side. That's what it is, and you count on the development of Marquise Lightfoot on the other side to collapse that pocket, make Mendoza hold on to the ball. He is prone to mistakes. This is a guy that can turn the ball over, Dan.
Tony, can you tell me what I have to do to repair my relationship with Miami? You guys have been trying to help me for a couple of days. You told me, Dan, you're not welcome over at Columbus. They're not about what you're about. And I was blind to it. I'm like, what do you mean they're not about it? And I'm like, Dan, stop being ignorant. Their politics and your politics, they don't combine. But I'm like, no, I'm just doing a sports show over here, right? We're all in on the same joke? No?
No.
Yeah, no, we are, and again, I'm trying to get around to all the different places that people would be boots on the ground, where regular people would be, and obviously we call George Sedano Hollywood. Dan's a bit Hollywood himself, right? He's got a little bit of a bubble of Hollywood people that he hangs around, and he's not really in these streets. He's not on Coral Way, Isla 92. He's not here at Party Cake Bakery on Calle Ocho. He's not here, and like there's no veneer that Dan could put on to be more Miami if he's not actually in the streets. It's been 30 years since he's been in a beer fight, in a bar fight with a beer bottle at Bird Road.
That was tough.
It's
to
again,
hear.
I love you like a father figure, Dan. Watch out here con Gladys. I love you like a father figure, Dan, but like, damn, we got to get you out of these streets, dude.
We do.
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
We're trying to repair your reputation in your hometown. I can't believe it's come to this. It's worse than when Pell Grant was happening.
That can't be true.
It is worse.
Mike,
hop in a Discord, pal.
Show them all the birds over here.
That cannot be true.
I'm telling you, your brand amongst Canes fans.
That's a rooster.
Toxic brand.
Mira estos gallos. Aquí rico, mira. Cuckoo! They're locked in, dude. These are real roosters.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them all across the street. Rose
Ask him about Surratt versus
She doesn't know
Frederic.
that those.
Yeah, there you go. Get Rose to chase the roosters.
Rose, you're there
She
to
doesn't know that some of these roosters are.
Rose, you're there to document the television, not to make the news. We cannot. We need to go into the environments and allow the things to be as they are. We are in the wild, and we can't just be making television out there. Tony, we'll check in with you in a second. Just real quick before I let you go, though.
Thank you.
Chris, are you aware of what La Casa de los Trucos is? Because I have been there within the last 18 months. This will not surprise you guys.
Surprises nobody.
I am aware, but tell Zaz.
No, so you're not aware. Okay, so just, Tony, real quick, tell people, I know you did a Tony's tonight on one of these. No, that is a rooster. That's not a sound effect. Chris isn't doing that. He's not that
he's
good.
There.
No,
he doesn't like that I'm in his turf right now.
No, he doesn't.
He's right down there. He's in the bushes right there. He doesn't like that I'm on his turf.
Let's size him up.
Look at this guy. This guy's a little dirty here.
Let's size him up. Let's see what kind of agility.
This guy's a little dirty over here to the right.
All right, get out of there. Leave them alone.
He's got good agility.
It's their environment, not yours.
Yeah, we're scouting.
But go ahead and explain La Casa de los Trucos, and then I'm going to send you over there because I need a report from over there.
Okay, yeah. Casa de los Trucos is basically like, imagine like the original Party City, right? They had every costume, every sort of like gag gift.
No wonder Dan likes it.
There's actually like an old witch. There's an old witch as the
similar to
as the mascot with the long nose. No, not at all. Not at all. This is not. Thank you.
This is a Halloween store. It's not a sex store. This is a Halloween store.
No. I mean, maybe if you ask the right people, there may be something in the back that could equate for that. But right now, it is probably the oldest costume store in Miami, at least. I don't know if any place older than Casa Los Trucos.
All right, let's go get the history over there.
Give the rooster a lav mic.
All right, get out of here.
Bring the rooster with you.
Hold on. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7 roosters.
Yeah,
just kind of hanging out here.
No, look more over there. Look across the street. Rose, Rose. Look, there are roosters across the street.
Te vas a matar. Ven para acá. Ven para acá. Te vas a matar.
These are
and the problem
fighting
is
roosters.
Why did they cross the road? Rose is so
exactly
interesting.
Exactly right. That's what I was about to say, Mike. She doesn't know that about probably 60% of these roosters have hands and will peck because
claws.
they've probably been bred to fight.
Get out of there. They're talented.
I saw one with claws.
Yeah, half of them
Rose,
got razor
get
blades
out
on
of
their
there.
talons.
No, they all have claws.
Look, man. Those birds have been protecting that area of a store that's got a great dumpster because there's Mantequilla and Bong back there. That's their family. Get out of their neighborhood. That's a bad neighborhood. Get out of there.
Bad bird neighborhood.
It's a bad Miami neighborhood. Get out of there. Go across the street to La Casa de los Trucos. Leave the birds alone. Thank you. I will continue to get advice for you because I am guilty as charged on where it is that you guys are accusing me of more unpopularity than when the Pell Grant stuff was happening, which I did not report. When you tell me that, I am guilty as charged on a bubble because I have totally checked out of social media in a way that has helped my head, because the last time all of this happened to me 30 years ago, I mean, you guys laugh at, beer bottle of the chin, that's funny. No, it was terrifying. I was in my 20s and the University of Miami program's fans hated me because I was doing journalism around the school. So it was kind of a hard thing. It was a hard time. Like I got battered in my 20s when I wasn't old enough to know what was happening to me.
You got to get back on social media. There's some wild stuff going on.
Yeah, dude.
I am blissfully unaware of what it is that's happening with me reputationally, that I would be seen as somehow. You think I'm nationally seen as anti-Miami Hurricanes?
I think our show is largely that. Like, we've got me as like window dressing.
Stunner.
I'm telling you, man.
Consider me stunned.
I'll show you my algorithm. There's some stuff happening.
Consider me stunned. You are absolutely right then. Bubble as charged. Mm-hmm. Like, I was blissfully unaware until now that however it is that we've been doing the show would risk any kind of unpopularity, when everyone knows, everyone nationally has been presented a figure in me who has always been pro-Miami, and nowhere outside of this market would I have a reputation that would be seen by anybody as anti-Miami. It would only and could only be in this market.
It's sad to see what's become of you. Conversely, though, I am riding high. People love me in the streets.
Folks, if you're a pet parent like me, you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything to keep your pet happy and healthy, they are not messing around. I say that as someone who just adopted a pet, my dog, Samantha Bennett, we call her Benny. She's great. And immediately I realized I need everything all at once. Food, treats, toys, a bed that she actually likes. Chewy made it easy. They've got over 100,000 products from all the brands my pet loves, delivered right to my door in 1 to 2 days. And it's not just dogs and cats, it's birds, fish, reptiles, all of it. They also make pet health simple with prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and even vet clinics rolling out across the country. I use Chewy, Samantha Bennett uses Chewy, so you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.